As introduced, I'm Karine. Nice to see you all. Thank you for having me. Glad to share iintoo's story. I'm the Chief Innovation Officer at iintoo, which is also short for Invest Together. We're a fintech company that provides access for just about everyone to the alternative investment world, unlocking the opportunities there for individuals like you and I.
I actually need to put your presentation.
Yes, why don't you put the little movie
Yeah,
first?
let's do this, so we have some slides to talk about as well. Okay, you'll be the one with it.
Sure.
Yes, I'll be the moderator, you'll be the clicker. You go with it.
So this in many ways is our motto. We want to make investing in real estate simple, social, and mobile. I'm just going to play this little video. It's very short.
There's a play button.
Very good technical.
Remember how hard dating used to be? Finding your way around the city? Today we're all about making things simple. Investing too. Today we can invest without being an expert. Yes, you too. With iintoo, investing has never been easier. We do the heavy lifting. And you never have to walk alone. Alternative investments have never been this accessible. iintoo. It's time to get in.
Okay, now I think my first question will be, how does iintoo relate into fintech? How does real estate relate into fintech? Where do you see that relation?
Actually, on many levels, which I'll elaborate on, but I'd first like to tell you a little bit about how we started, because I really had the privilege to, together with my partner, Ron Roth, who's the founder of iintoo, and other partners, I've had the privilege to share this vision to create a real solution for retail investors who are seeking to invest their money in the alternative investment space that simply didn't have access to it because it's heavily regulated or because that usually is dominated by big institutions. So we created a digital platform that enables just about everyone, accredited if you are in the US, to sign up and access these pre-vetted, optimized investments. And the way it relates to fintech on so many levels actually, because real estate is kind of like an old school thing, but in fact, if you want to look at iintoo from the finance side, we act like an online investment bank, selling securities to our community online.
That's an interesting point of view for that.
Yeah, and then also since we're a community until today, we were founded in 2015, and today we have over 210K users from over 100 countries. And we've transacted on the platforms literally hundreds of millions of dollars in small units of 25K, people buying securities like that online. So in terms of the community, the technology possibilities are endless. A lot of them have already been deployed in our platform, and some of them are we look at. We're talking about anything from crowd wisdom. I can give you like real examples. Like when you look at an investment on our platform, you know it's already being vetted and optimized. You can see who invested in each investment. You can actually connect with them, and we can advise with them. Some of them have already invested with iintoo, so they know what the experience is like. And then everything is done online. You receive your ongoing payments online, your reports, and we really created this new environment for investors who, again, you don't have to be really savvy because you get all the information, everything you need in one place. So we've been deploying a lot of interesting technologies like geo insights. For instance, if some of the members of our community are located near one of our assets, and when I say assets in real estate, I'm not talking about an investment of buying an apartment or a single home. It's not investments like that. These are bigger, complex assets that have already are usually populated, and they actually generate income on an ongoing basis. again, it's considered sub-institutional or institutional grade of premium investments. So here too, people who are next to the actual asset, they can give you insights because we might not all be real estate experts, but if I were to ask you about the real estate around your living area, you would probably know to give me some real genuine insights about it, right? Just from living there. So that's one thing that we've been leveraging on our system. Also, the way you consume the investments, it doesn't have to be boring like a PDF, right? It can also include VR and AR, live investing, where we actually, people can invest as they watch the properties. It's like a community investment that happens online with a specific amount of inventory, that there's all this FOMO and interaction that's going on. So that's very exciting.
It's
And
beautiful that you focus a lot on your customer's journey and not just providing the solution of how to invest, but also you're very much interested on his journey, that it's satisfying, that it's providing them enough insights.
yeah, I want to think about it as putting the fun into funding in a way, okay? Because again, the investment world is usually dominated by institutions, and if in the past, I mean, over the past decade, we see people seek more and more opportunities in the alternative investment world, simply because they wanted to diversify their portfolio, spread the risk, and increase returns. By the way, we don't recommend that you put all your money into alternative investments, right? We want you to diversify your portfolio. So basically putting 20 to 30%. We think that actually makes a lot of sense if you want to spread the risk wisely. And we figured we have to make it also very accessible in terms of the way we pass on the information to you and how you consume the investment, and not just like dry facts. And obviously that's also regulated, so we have to be very careful about. There's a big challenge of making it extra fun with the different regulation limitations. That's also a challenge that we're seeing.
I think it's a challenge that a lot of companies are facing, but not a lot of them are succeeding in making the real change and allowing their customer base to enjoy such a process. What is your approach at iintoo towards fintech on the product?
So our product is based primarily on trust, right? You have to trust iintoo in order to invest on our platform. So for us, it's everything from for earning that credibility. It's not about just the product being very simple to use and seamless. Our investments also have to perform, and iintoo is not just a marketplace, by the way. We do everything from the sourcing and the vetting, all the due diligence, the optimizing of the deals, all the legal work, and then we bring it onto our platform, and then we continue to monitor the investment until the exit, really. So we really manage the entire value chain, which is very important to understand. We don't just bring together people and money. So in terms of gaining that credibility, it's also very important that our investments perform, and that we provide the right service along the way, and that everything is completely transparent. And that's what we've been doing via our platform. You can actually access ongoing information that is actually something you can read and understand on these personalized dashboards that are interactive, and you can just go in at any time from anywhere, from any device, and see how your portfolio is doing. You can also share your portfolio with other investors, and one feature that I like is that since it's a social network, you can follow people and chat with them. So we have this feature called Best Investors, where you can actually start to follow people and look at their portfolios and how they've been performing, and then you can learn from them. You can see what it's like to invest with iintoo through their experience, which is nice.
Amazing. What do you believe will be the future of alternative lending? So how do you see the market? So you're very much involved in alternative lending. You have access to investors. You have access to different sponsors, and most importantly, opportunities, right?
Right.
But what do you see as this market? Where can it evolve?
I think it's actually fascinating and ever changing, if you will, because in the past decade, we've seen the shift from in-person to digital, right? That's the shift I've led over the past 10 years doing innovation in this space. But I think that the next major leap is still coming, and we're gonna see the transition from actually from digital to the metaverse. Because with everything that's going on in the world, you have to understand there's like a great comfort in knowing that investing doesn't have to be a solitary experience anymore, a very complicated one. You can actually invest from anywhere in the world and with people that are just like you and are looking to do the same thing. So that's one point. I think also until now, alternative investments, they're not very liquid, they're longer horizons, but as new products come in, right, it doesn't only have to be real estate, it can be NFTs, decentralized currencies. We're looking into integrating a secondary market on our platform where people can actually transact the investments peer-to-peer using blockchain technology. So that's like our next aspiration. So it could go to so many places, and that's what makes it super exciting. I think also in terms of the segmentation of the people, if up until now, only people with enough discretionary income, usually older, 45 and up, had to, it's okay, maybe more time is up. Most of our clients are 45 and over, people with more discretionary income, who are more savvy about the investment market, or have done a thing or two in their life. But as technology advances and globalization occurs, and also the regulation evolves, then we're going to see a lot of new audiences come into this space, like younger Generation X, Generation Z and Y, because they're really looking, they're not really interested to invest with the institutions, they're not interested to buy a home. They're actually making a lot of money doing all these like tech jobs. So it's a very interesting space, seeing how young people are really interested in these online investing platforms that keep evolving.
Yeah, we saw a lot of them, you know, there was Robin and Fiasco, there was a lot of different things that we saw in this space, and I truly believe that it's only a matter of time that, you know, more and more people will join. You talked about 20-30% of their disposable income. That's something that I think, you know, it doesn't matter how much funds you own, but it's something that is accessible, and you see different, you know, companies providing access in various level of investments. So who will be your typical go-to end clients?
Well, for us, it's just about anyone. Right now, we're working based on this regulation model, which I won't bore you with. It's called 506C. So we have to address only to accredited investors, right? So there are about 13 million of those in the US. Our platform, did I say that? It has over 200K. Maybe, I don't know if I said that, from 100 different countries, by the way. So we don't, of course, we segment our audiences, but pretty much our platform is open to just anyone. Again, we've looked at all the pain points that retail investors may have when they look into going into the investment world, feeling very frustrated that it's very complicated when they have no access. And then we lowered all those barriers to entry via our platform, via technological solutions. So pretty much anyone can enter. Only the one thing, in the US, you have to be accredited in order to invest.
That's a major thing.
That's a big thing, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, Karine, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
And then if anyone here want to approach, of course, Karine or through us, thank you very much.